Good morning to all of you. My name is Vaishnavi Kripal and I am from July batch of KYP course. Today I'm here to solve all your queries about me and basic questions about life and education. So please go ahead and ask me questions. Thank you. So the question is that what is KYP and what are the benefits? So as we know, KYP's full form is Kushal Yuva program, and the basic benefit is that in today's life present time we need to know three basic things. First is basic IT knowledge, second is basic English knowledge or Hindi knowledge too, as we live in India and our mother tongue is always Hindi, and the third thing is soft skills. So getting a basic job is very hard nowadays because of major unemployment, and to get any job, like the things that we learn in KYP course are the most basic things that we need to get a job at any place. So here we learn many things that help us in social life too, like how to talk to elders, to youngers, how to talk to your senior or your junior or your colleagues, and all other things that we need to spend a good time with our officials and even with our life people, like our family members and all. And we also learn many things related to IT, as computer is the future and we need to know the basics of computer. It's important for everyone. So that's all we learn here, and it's really helpful to get jobs like accountants, basic accountants at any shop, and we can also get jobs as receptionist and many other things that we can do with the help of this course. Thank you. Okay. So English is very important. English is a universal language. Wherever we go, if we don't know the main language of that place, if we know English, we can survive. Because somebody can be from India and still don't know Hindi, because there are many states that don't practice Hindi as their main language, like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Maharashtra, and many other states like the eastern states too. So there we can survive if we know English, because it's not possible for everybody to know Hindi, but it's possible for everybody to know English, as it is also a secondary, or maybe nowadays it's also a primary language for students to learn. In school we learn it since the earliest stages. We learn it since standard first and keep learning it till 12th and learn it as our second language after Hindi. So I would say that if you know English, it's really easy to survive in the world. You can also go overseas, you can also go to other countries. If you don't know their native language, you can survive with your English language skills. There are many means to learn spoken English. Like you can choose your own way. Like for me, I would say till 10th my English was basic, but after 10th I got an addiction of Korean dramas, and when you see Korean dramas, there are basically two ways to understand their story. First is either to know Korean, which is obviously nobody knows Korean other than Koreans, and the second thing is that you can use the English subtitles or the subtitle of your language. But in India, like Hindi is not that known for Korean addiction Indians, so there are basically no Hindi subtitles, so you have to make do with English subtitles. So I've watched so many dramas that in my mind I can think that if I want to say this, how will be the pronunciation and what words should I use. And it's not that you can only use to watch movies or thing. You can even read newspapers, read books, watch English TV shows, you can listen to songs and many more things. Like you can choose your own way and stick to that way, stick to that rule and keep going. You'll obviously learn it easily.
Okay.
First and the biggest distraction is always electronic devices. Either it's phone, laptop, computer, tablet, even TV for kids, because nowadays everybody has a phone and nobody watches TV, but still it is also a distraction. So the main thing is that first let yourself know if the work that you're doing is important or not. If it is important, then first put all the things that create any kind of distraction to you away from you. Like it can be a phone, but as we know nowadays we mostly use our phones to study. Like there are many educational apps, educational videos that we watch, but it's your duty to not open any other application that can distract you. Like one thing that I use on my laptop is that I restrict all those sites that I usually open for my fun time. So whenever I do my studies on my laptop, then I always restrict all those sites like Instagram, Twitter. I restrict them, and when I'm done I redo it and I can enjoy whatever I want. Like you have to restrict, because distraction is something that you can't stop. Like there will be one notification, someone liked your post and you will be on Instagram again, and one you will think that I'll just see who liked my picture, and that will turn into a 10 minute, and then in 1 hour, and then you'll be like baad mein padenge.
Yes.
So there are many apps that you can use. Like if you search it up on Google App Store or maybe iOS too, you'll search for restricting apps for study time. You'll get many apps that you can use. So that's my way. And you can also, like if you study from book, you can just keep your phone away for the time, or you can study with someone elder who will stop you from using your phone. So these are the things that you can do. So as we know, when we were early humans, the basic motto of our life was to eat, sleep and repeat. That's all. Everything that we started was only to fill our stomach and get ourselves a shelter. Like we used to stay at a place, eat the fruits, and then we migrated to other place to eat that place's fruits and grains. But one thing that we can see, that we evolved after some time when we learned that we can grow the grains. Like that was also a kind of education. They learned the thing that we can grow things. From there we also invented wheel, and like I think that education is to make our life easy, nothing much. Anything that we learn, even if we learn to walk, that is also a kind of education, because that is making our life easy and making it simple. So education, some people might think that education is very boring and stuff, but I don't think so. As if you don't learn things, like I know one person, she works as housemaid at my grandma's, and she didn't study from the start, and now she's I guess 20 years old and she's about to get married. What I think is that it's easy for girls in one way. Like if she'll get married, she can have her life happily with her husband. But what if someday she doesn't have the support of her husband or her parents? What is she going to do then? Like she can be a housemaid, but how will she take care of her expenses, and how will she manage money, and how will she manage if she has children in the future? How will she manage all that? Like you need to have basic education to survive in society and get yourself alive. And it's not about like if you want to be something then only you should study. Like just to live your life you must study. At least like it's important for us to get educated till matriculation, but we are forcing kids to get matriculated in Bihar. Like it's, we give money for their school dress, we give money for their cycles, we give money for their food. It's not about us. We won't get, the government won't get anything from them. It's them. that are getting everything. Like I have seen many kids that इतने से पैसे में कैसे ड्रेस खरीदाएगा, ये नहीं, क्योंकि the thing is that the students don't force the teachers to teach them in many schools. They be like कि सर जी बैठे हुए हैं अपना खेलने में लगे हुए हैं, तो in the end it's not going to hurt them. They will get their salary, if not now maybe after 2 months, but they will get it. What will you get? Nothing. You spent those 10 years just eating that khichdi every day. It didn't do anything to you. It won't even give you a single % of success in your life. Like my mother is a government teacher. In the start she was very very motivated that I'll change this school, I'll do this, I'll do that, but in end the teachers, the former teachers that they're already teaching at that school, even they don't show that much kind of motivation. The students are not motivated as well. They're just about getting anda on what day they get it, I don't remember. So they're just like getting benefits from it, but those benefits are really short term. After your school days you won't be getting that. But if you study, like even if like in this KYP courses, we ask sir to tell us what is the answer of the SNN test. If we study properly, we won't need to ask him. We get 3 chances, but nobody even tries for 1 chance. At least not if you will not get 8 marks out of it. Even if you get 2 marks out of it, it means that those 2 questions you studied or you knew. And even if you just marked it without thinking, but you'll know that those questions were right. I made it by myself. But if you won't try, nobody else will. You have to study. You can study now or later. There is no going back. Like there is literally no going back. I have seen kids giving matriculation exam and not knowing how to write their name in English. This shows that like I have helped my mother check the exam papers of kids. Like I have checked 6th, 7th, 8th standards paper by myself. I have seen like my mother used to tell me, don't give too much marks or too less. Give them an average marks. Like if someone wrote it really good, then what? Even then give them average marks. Cause it be like, how can a government school teach really good? So everything is messed up, and the one who can save it from getting more messed up is the students. If they ask the teacher कि मैम ये बता दीजिए, सर वो बता दीजिए, the teacher have to. They can be like कि नहीं मैं नहीं बताऊँगा, because that's their job. Like अगर हम ही उनको नहीं फोर्स करेंगे तो उनको तो फ्री में मिल रहा है पैसा, तो वो क्यों इस चीज़ को छोड़ेंगे? So it's us that need to force the teachers, ask them, keep reminding them that please teach us. That's why I think that education is everything. If you're not educated, your life will get stuck and messed up at a point. Not now, but someday it will.